Hello, my name is Sami. Today is December 22nd. I don't have my calendar up. Today is December 22nd, 2025. I'm going to tell you all about my tattoos that I have today because my cat just woke up. I think I'm going to get more. And I think that now is the time to do some before shots, to do some before stories, before these become tattoos that I got so long ago that I can't remember, although hopefully they won't become that. And now they definitely won't because I made a video about how I got them. I'm making it now. This is that video, which I may or may not edit. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see what goes on. I might edit it just for fun. Okay, so we're starting off. No, the story actually starts here. This is my first tattoo that I ever got. I got it in 2017. I was 20. I was 20 years old. I have been interested in tattoos, though, however, also as well, for my whole entire life. I think since I was very, very young, since I was a child, I always was interested in people marking their skin, people putting art on their body to keep. Loved it from a child, and it's really probably surprising to a lot of people that I didn't get tattoos earlier in life. I didn't get one like as soon as I turned 18. The thing that has been my preventative barrier of getting tattoos is my fear of needles. I am super duper averse to needles, and I have specifically made all of my tattoo decisions, of which there are either 3 or 9, depending on your perspective, because these are 7. It used to be 3. I got 3 dots. Okay, so I did this one and this is purple ink. I did this one in 2017 and then got it touched up in 2018. So those were my, 2 initial tattoo experiences. They happened in the state of Maine, in the United States of America. That's actually cute that I got my first tattoo in Maine. Okay, well, I love Maine. I do love Maine so much. Yeah, okay, so jump to 2021. This used to be 3 dots. That's how it was in the first place. Actually, that's how it was in the first place. Right? Because this top one's new. So it was these 3 in 2021. And then in October of 2025, I attempted. Well, okay. First of all, this is a conundrum that is still happening. So it's pretty fucking fresh. I will say that. Fresh as this tattoo that I got yesterday, which is actually the 4th time that I've gotten a needle stuck into this finger. I'm not going to show it to you. I'm not showing it to you right now. Depending on when this video comes out, I might put in pictures of the progress along the way. I got this done 4 times, once by a random person, never to be seen again, 3 more times in an established tattoo shop, not to be named, in Houston, Texas. I got these dots, the first 3 dots I got in Boston, Massachusetts, where I lived for a while after I was in college. I got the circle during college, but I did not get it where I went to college, which was in Brooklyn. I did not get any tattoos in New York. I know so many people now from school who became tattoo artists afterwards, so if I really wanted to, I could, and I should, and that's what I'm thinking. So let me just keep going. This finger, man, it was quite possibly the only spontaneous thing I've ever done in my life. And that successful that initial success of the spontaneity gave me great hubris. So I got it in the first place on October 4th, 2025. It faded within 2 weeks to be almost completely gone. So I found another tattoo artist. Don't ask me why I didn't go to the same person. There's a lot of reasons that I'm just making up to justify I don't know what. I guess that I'm the Sami on this timeline that is supposed to go on this tattoo journey because I see all of the places. I see every way that I could have not had this happen. And it's happening and it's inspiring something greater. So let's all just let's all get on board because this is a disaster. I'm going to call this video something tattoo nightmare because, and it's like, I know it's not a nightmare. Like, first of all, like it never got infected, never got anything medically wrong with it. Okay. And that to me, I guess, is the most important part. But the second most important part is getting the tattoo that I wanted. And my anger towards myself for working with an artist who I was failing in that moment to establish an energetic connection with. I was not vibing with this person, and then they delivered what was not the tattoo that they promised. That was not the tattoo that they stenciled on me. This was just like recently ago, so I'm having this is like my hard time that I'm choosing to have, because I don't want to complain about like the other life choices that have led me here. So I'm just gonna say, my fingers, a disaster area right now. I'm not showing you what's up with it. I'm just gonna hope that it fades. I'm just gonna hope that it fades away. And I know that fingers are like a lot of regenerating cells as far as, you're using your hands, you're washing your hands. It's on like, I'll show you on this finger. It's on like the inside of my index finger here on the opposite hand. So that's a really like, I didn't even think about this. I liked it because it was in my line of sight. I liked it because I could see it. I liked it because it was like, I always wanted a finger tattoo because my fingers benefit from distraction, I would say. The girl does not have dainty hands, okay? The vicious hands are working hands, is what someone used to call them. And you know what? Finger tattoos may only be for princesses, just like the way that they're like, my nails look like this, my hands look like this, so her hands could look like this. I think that, like, in order to allow the conditions for a finger tattoo to heal, you need to be able to just do fucking nothing with your hands. For how long? I don't know. I guess all finger tattoos need to be small because fingers don't have that much real estate. This one, I guess it is my smallest tattoo, even if you include the dots before they were 7. When they were 3, they still spread out like more area than this tattoo takes up. But as far as needle to skin contact, I did get 4 separate sessions on this one tattoo. The first one, a successful, like, blunder, I must say. Like, a completely successful thing that should have not been a success. The second time, a completely unsuccessful thing that, like, should have been a sure thing. Like, going into a tattoo shop, you either have someone who knows what they're doing or tells you that they can't do what you're asking. And my guy did neither of those things. Ugh, I'm not naming the shop. I'm not naming this person. We'll call them J. A, for anonymous, did my tattoo in the first place. J came in to try and do it again and failed. Failed, and I said nothing, and I let it happen and watched it happen, and like thought that I was just nervous to get a tattoo because it was my first time going into a tattoo shop by myself. The first attempt that A did on this tattoo was not in a tattoo shop. It was somewhere else. Which again, just happened to work out for me. That doesn't normally work out nicely. Like, I'm lucky there that I didn't get an infection. Really, they were taking precautions, but still, it wasn't a sterile environment. So, I got, like, hubris. Hubris is the thing that I'm thinking of the most. I'm like, I got cocky. which is crazy for me to do after being so particular about my ink for so long. Even this, like, I would do this differently. You know how there's just one top on top? I wanted to do two. Yeah, I wanted to do two on top because there were three in the first place and then two on the bottom. But instead I have, and no one cares. And this is it. And this is the thing too that like is making me make this video. These are my tattoos. This is one thing in the world that nobody is going to care about as much as me. And to Jay, the second tattoo artist, I was just a person coming in like, and it's my fault. Like it's his fault, but like it's my fault too. Like I see now. And so this is my plan going forward. That's all my tattoos. This one, I'm just going to have so much trust and faith in the universe that even if it's ugly, it's going to be fine. And now this is what I'm thinking. I've recently been watching someone on YouTube who travels the world, is a global traveler, and she gets tattoos in the places where she visits. Her tattoos are large and dark and plentiful. And she kind of, like, I watched her one video, that was her tattoo story, and she said that, like, that wasn't always her mindset. She used to want just, like, you know, fine line tattoos in places that you can't see them. Like, her first tattoo was on her ribs, like, the place that is hidden. And so she looks like her art that she has on her body is dope. Her tattoos look fucking cool. Like, she looks like hard as fuck. Like, she looks like really cool with her tattoos. And you know what? There's no reason why I should not look that cool. She doesn't have any place, and this is me too. Like, if I was gonna get anything above my neck, it would be on my ear. I would like to get like an ear piercing looking tattoo, maybe on my cartilage, or like upper lobe, not like where like a normal lobe piercing would be. Did I just? No, because it's this face, this face, this way. I'm like, did I just? I didn't. It's on the other side. The disaster's on the other side of this finger. And it's like not that bad. I'm like, it's small. This is like smaller than a nickel, maybe a dime. I haven't pressed a coin up to it because every time I think about doing it for a size comparison, I'm like, I got this done yesterday, so I can't push dirty money up to my open wound. Anyway, on my ear or behind my neck is what I think. Or I mean like on my neck tracing down here this way. But having gotten this done so many times, everyone must face trials and tribulations in their life. And then some people then choose to identify with those trials and tribulations. If I'm going to be a trials and tribulations identifier, which I suppose on some level I am, and on some level I believe that my life story is tied to all of the challenges that some of my own making, others not. And mostly it's like when you identify with stuff that happened around you. Is that you? Is that like forcing yourself to become a product of your environment? If you so heavily identify with like the circumstances that you were in. Instead of identifying with that anymore. This shit happened. This shit happened in Houston. the place that I live reluctantly. The place where my frequency is low. Like, and again, I'm blaming myself. I'm not saying that at a future point in time there won't be an instance of me getting a tattoo in Houston where like it goes well, but my new rule about getting tattoos is that a lot of stuff has got to go well first. A lot of stuff has got to feel, I want to say true. I want to say aligned. Okay, first of all, there's so many people in the world, right? Then there's so many people in the world who are just doing whatever they want all the time. And then some of those people have tattoo guns. And then some of those people agree to give you a tattoo. And you let them because you trusted instead of trusting your own intuition, I'm talking to me now. Instead of trusting my own intuition, I trusted a shop. A shop with a guy who was definitely like my fewest exchange conversationally of words that I've had with any tattoo artist, including what? I'm like, this is such a small tattoo. I'm like, including that one that was really quick. They're all quick. All of these are quick. This circle took 60 seconds. The first 3 dots took 30 seconds. I did not time the finger and I did not time the more dots, but I guess collectively but each session was, not more than 5 minutes to do the ink. Spent longer doing the stencil most of the time. For all good, for all good intent. I hope that I'm watching this from the future with a finger that's healed and a attitude that's better. And maybe some more tattoos. It's December of 2025. We're gonna leave this shit in this year. That's where I'm leaving this last experience. I still am happy with my dots. The dots were a good 2025. The finger was a bad 2025. How about that? Going forward, I would like to travel for tattoos. Maybe. I like to travel to see people who I know. I travel lots of places where like my friends and family are because I like to be with them. So if there are other places, I go there sometimes. And I haven't really come up with many reasons for myself to do solo travel other than like to see nature that I've never seen. I'm really interested in like spending more time outdoors. I grew up in southern Texas and growing up, I thought I hated being outside. I do not. I hate the heat and I hate the mosquitoes. I do not hate the outdoors. I actually love the outdoors. I love the cold. I love the snow. I don't think that I will ever go like hardcore hiking in a snowy area. Definitely not by myself. I'm kind of reluctant to even go like regular hiking on a trail like by myself because their survival instincts are minimal. And that's why I'm like solo travel. I don't know. I can do it. I feel like my city survival skills are on point. My like wilderness survival skills are lacking. So I'm not going to put myself in danger. But anyway, and so maybe too, an easier reason to like get myself traveling is to find artists in places that I want to spend time. And then that's what I can do with the rest of my body. I am, with the exception of, I have already bought tickets to go to Hawaii in March of 2025. Nope, in March of 2026. And I think I'm going to get a tattoo there just to kick off this travel on purpose. I didn't live in Maine, but I spent a lot of time in Maine. I did live in Boston. I have lived in Houston. Um, and I've lost every souvenir that I've ever bought from any place. So, why shouldn't I start collecting things that are going to last me for the rest of my life? I'll get a couple in on this, journey in my 20s while I'm 29. And then in my 30s, I'll just start filling up. I got a blank canvas. Got a blank canvas and a whole lot of will. So, my parents are not going to be a fan of this goal, let me tell you that much. And who knows, what it's even going to end up being. I do not see myself being with a sleeve. I do not see myself, I don't know. Can I have numerous itty bitty tiny tattoos? Because, I don't know, the idea of getting a big one right now, the idea of spending more than a few minutes in the chair, I know people do hours and hours. Some pieces are big and detailed enough that they take hours and hours, and I don't know. Who knows if I'll ever build my way up to that. I never even really expected one. There's also another, maybe that's what I'll do in New York. Maybe when I go back to New York, I'll do one that I've been thinking about doing for my whole life. And that my sister and I both are surprised that it wasn't my first tattoo, and I kind of just never got it. But that wouldn't have been a main one. This is definitely a main one. And Boston doesn't need it. I'll get that one in New York. And you'll see what I'm talking about one day. I know what I'm talking about right now. And I have reasons to go back to New York because I got people in New York. And I think I even probably have some friends from school who do tattoos there. Definitely some in California. Definitely some who come into Austin sometimes. Austin, Texas, which I don't have much business in. And I want to travel places that I don't have any business being. I'm getting tattoos. I'm here to get a tattoo from a specific person whose art I like, who I've somehow established a point of contact with, someone expecting me. I don't want any tattoos from someone who's not expecting me. It's important. This has been a really, really pivotal change in my and is it a change or is it a reinforcement? Because my whole life I've been really the only reason that I get to start this journey at almost 30 is because I have not done it yet. I think that I need more tattoos. I think that I need more tattoos to be seen as the person I really am. And that'll be my plastic surgery. The bitch is not getting filler. The bitch is getting ink and where. Ink and how. The bitch is me. So I just talked to my friend who I'm going to see in Hawaii. I mentioned the idea of getting tattoos because she has gotten some art out there on herself that looks really good. So maybe I can try and find something that looks good. I don't know. I'm seeing tattoos as more, I used to see them as very personal, as very, to me at least. I know that some people just get tattoos here and there, and that was never my intention with tattoos. I always wanted them to be meaningful and valuable to me, and they are going to be still because they're all going to contain memories of places I've been and things I've done. When am I going to go back to Hawaii? That's a question. Carry a piece of it. Carry a piece of it with me. And I don't know. I haven't decided. I haven't decided anything. I don't know what this is going to look like. I just know that the decisions I make along the way matter. I know that I want to take it seriously. And I know that it's an exciting thing to me. And like, again, I don't know. Uh, I didn't think that this video was going to be this long, and who knows if I do edit it or not. I really haven't been a fan of editing videos recently, but if I'm going to do this, then it might make sense to do that. To document, I've been trying to think. I'm like, I don't want to show you guys me making art. I'm an artist. I fucking hate the process of documenting work while it's happening. It interrupts the flow. It interrupts my flow. And, you know, I haven't, if I think the closest I would be able to come is if one day I could get one of those like magnetic cameras right here. And then I could do the POV without my hands and like not having to place like people who do like videos of them like getting ready for bed, and you see a shot of them getting in their bed. They have to then get out of the bed and turn off the camera that they placed there. People who have shots of them driving away, they got to go back for their camera. I'm not gonna, that's not my shtick. All right. I don't know what this tangent went off on. Making videos of the tattoos though would be cool. And it might be a fun way to promote artists. It might be a fun way to like incentivize me to overcome yeah, like that's what I was saying earlier. These are going to be my chosen trials and tribulations. I'm like, look, this finger tattoo has given me a lot of perspective, I guess. I'm privileged to be able to spend time going around and fucking with a tattoo. Like, and I want to like demonstrate my appreciation by doing what I want more purposefully, with more connection and less, I don't want to say like escapism, but it's like, yeah, part of me was getting a tattoo to be like, I'm moving forward in my life. Other shit happened in 2025 that I would love to move forward from, and we're getting there slowly but surely. But instead of talking about that, I got to talk about this. And that's a blessing. And I'm not going to talk about that other thing. How about that? And that's a gift I'm giving myself. Like, just other stuff to think about and consider. I also am, I'm like, this is part of, I want, like, my body to feel like a home. I also am going to start, I don't know, like, I haven't done any of this yet. I just have plans. I just have ideas. I want to take a sewing class, and I want to start making my own clothes, because I think that I could possibly make them look good. I could learn how to sew in a way that it doesn't look like I made it. Like, you know, like homemade, not good. Maybe more like homemade, artisanal, boutique. I have dreams. I have dreams of printing some art that I already have in like an all over pattern on like a sweatshirt and pants that maybe I make. And then I wear, and then somehow along the way I will like build a wardrobe full of clothes that are tailored to me, by me, because why not? There is nothing stopping me from doing that right now. People used to have to make all of their own garments, and then we outsourced that shit because we decided that other things were more important. Well, you know what? The most important thing to me is figuring out how to express myself on the vessel. I'm like, we're doing tattoos. We're doing clothes that we didn't buy at Costco. We're doing, like, you know, eventually cooking. But I'm not going to, well, I don't know. It's like, I'm not going to film that. I know how to bake. I don't know how to cook. I need to know how to cook because I'm a person who eats. And not knowing how to cook is like borderline malnourishment. I've been making some pretty some pretty nourishing smoothies, but sometimes it's cold and you don't want a smoothie, is what I've learned this year. Oh my god. Okay. This has been all right. Uh this is video 0. I'm not going to make one of these again until I get a new tattoo, which will either be in March or sooner, depending on what's up. Um, I guess this could take years. It will take years because I'm not gung ho in it. I'm not gung ho in it. Maybe I could do like, I don't know, like as many tattoos as travels, and I would like to travel more. I have other places too. Ooh, okay. First one might be in Rhode Island instead of in Hawaii. Second one will be in Hawaii. We'll see. Whenever I get the next tattoo, I'm gonna let you know. Uh, and I'll tell you about it. Thank you for watching this one. All right. Bye bye bye.